Okay, let's pop over here. Waiting. Okay, there we go. It's up. All right, let's go ahead and get this out. Share to everybody. Share to the entire planet. Wish I could just do that, have it automatically go out, and it pops on every single person in the world's device at the same time, saying, yo, check this guy out. Okay, let's verify. That's good, we're good there. What is up, everyone? Cassie, how's it going? First in the live stream, just barely edging out Pugnacious. I'm trying to figure the purpose or point of an e-bike. You know, bikes get super good gas mileage anyway. There are some people out there, I guess e-bikes work for them. Not for me. I like my big 103 Harley. That first crank up where you get that thick heavy chug right before it cranks. Oh yeah, that's So how's everyone doing today? So with our title for the stream today, we're going to go with the second part first, triple crypto buys. So as y'all know, I have three cryptos that I'm actively trading, as in, I watch, I've got a set of rules, I go in, I buy the dips at the proper time, and I time them out. A lot of times I get the notification, I think it's a 5% dip across 7 hours. Now, that doesn't mean that I run right out and buy the crypto. It doesn't, because I still want to make sure that I get fairly close to the bottom, because, you buy at 5%. Well, if it drops another 2.5%, if it drops down to 7.5%, you're leaving 2.5% on the table. I'll be in the background listening headphones while I mow my lawn. Hey, no problem, Pug. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I end up doing buys on all three cryptos that I actively trade, fairly close to each other, and I think I got pretty good fills on them. Hey, Pug, an e-bike could be useful for people who want to ride a bicycle but don't have the ability to pedal without help. Yeah, that is a good point, Cassie. So we're going to pop in here real quick, and we're gonna go over the little bit of crypto stuff before we go over the Vengeance. Welcome to the live stream. Gonna go over the crypto portion before we actually get into the controversial part of this live stream. I respect everyone's right to do them. Y'all know I'm long on AMC, so don't worry. This does not pertain to AMC. So, and since I changed the title up, I had mentioned this yesterday that I felt wrong pulling Prague off the list when it's in the title. Well, Prague's no longer in the title, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that off the list there. So now we have our 6 main trackers. There's no mystery position hiding behind the shield there. So I need to go into my news because I got in. Who are we on right now? We'll go from the top down. So we're on Polygon right now. Polygon fill was at 11.10. Oh, but it's messed up because, see, this is why I wish the crypto on here had did local time. Because I think. No, it wasn't in that candle. Was it? Yeah, I think the timing's messed up because I ended up getting a fill at 1/3 in the 137 range. So it might have dipped down a little bit after, or I might have gotten it. I might have got it during this candle when it popped up, because the fill didn't go through instantaneously. I'm thinking I got it somewhere in this range right here. So pretty good fill on Polygon. Oh, let's go back. I ended up nearly bottom ticking all three entry points on. Hey, Paul, how's it going, man? Almost bottom ticked all 3 entry points on my cryptos today, and I'm not out buying a huge amount. 10 MATIC, 100 DOGE. I think it was $10 in Shib. So not huge shots at them, but you're just going in and reinforcing that position. And when you can buy on a dip and help yourself average down just a bit. And MATIC, I actually do need help with that, because my average, even with buying in a little bit at 137, my average is still up around 142 right now. So I need a little help with MATIC. DOGE. DOGE, the average came down by 0.0002. So not too much of a change there. And Shib. Shib is still displaying at 27 points. So not huge changes, but just taking the chance and looking at when those dips are, and if you buy the dips and you wait and confirm that you are getting a little bit of a turnaround, it could pull back, or it could run up and then pull back down through. But the fact is, at the time, running off the technical analysis, then I did get the best, try to get the best fill I could. But half hour goes by, and all of a sudden the stock goes the other way. It happens. It happens to everyone in the market. Unless it's your very first purchase and you buy Hershey, and Hershey just continues to run upwards. So AMC, 1809, not doing too bad. Clay needs to go off the air more often, because, when did Clay wrap up? Wait. Okay, so Clay wrapped up a little bit earlier. I was going to say he needs to stay on longer. It did dip down after he got off the air, but looks like it's starting to come back up again. I had mentioned before that 18 is going to be a very important level for this week. Max pain is 20. The problem is we are almost up to 11,000 contracts at the $18 point. They are in the money right now. Do not be surprised if we do see a whole lot of selling pressure step in. If they can drive us below 17, I think they would definitely go for it. But 18 is going to be the battleground. As you can see, we're hovering right around 1808 right now. So yeah, you can see we dipped down. Buyers did step in. We are fighting back, and that 18 mark. I don't see us getting up to max pain of 20, but if we can hold 18 throughout the day into close, that will be a victory right there. It'd be nice if we could get back above the 200 EMA. That would start us off next week really good. Above the 200 EMA going into close, going into after hours, we could start to run in after hours if we're holding, the 200 on the 5 minute. So Ford is looking to come back a bit. I did hear that. I heard that there was a shark fin. I was over on Trey's, or not Trey's. I was over on Short the VIX, and he was talking about a shark fin on Ford. It never even got a chance to develop into a shark fin. popped out the gate, got hammered back down, and now looks like it's trying to fight its way back up. I do know, I'm long on Ford, Clay's long on Ford, Riptide, we're all long on Ford, so this is one that, I pay a lot of attention to. And I do pop in, here and there for different types of, different contracts, depends on what's going on in the market. Ford is one that I trade more than average. If you look at my entire portfolio, it is a stock that I trade more than, with the exception of AMC, because AMC's my absolute favorite. But yeah, Ford's looking pretty good here. Now, this is, I may catch a little flack for this, but, I never tell, if someone's going to enter into a play, I'll look at the play form, and, I can't give financial advice. I can just give my impression of the trade. I would never go out and tell someone you can't do this, you can't do that. I'm not one of those elitist, you do the trades that make sense to you. You do, everybody here in the market wants to make money. I don't know anyone who comes to the stock market with the intention of losing money. And there are some unpopular opinions. There are some unpopular things out there. So I entered one contract that some people might disagree with. We're going to go over to GameStop here. And we are going to jump onto the 3-minute, because I played a put on GameStop. Just one. Don't no pitchforks are required here. Hang on, I gotta sign on to my work phone here for a second just to get that updated so I can see my timer. So I played one singular put. And I will go over the timing on it. Hopefully after this I still have viewers, because there are people out there who, who will always just... There are those people out there who feel that they have the right to tell other people what to do with their money, and I'm not one of those people. If you're one of the people who want to go out and day trade AMC, if you want to day trade GameStop, it's your money. You do what you feel is right. If you make money, okay, you made money. Congratulations. That's just, I would never tell anyone that that their trades are wrong and that they're horrible. I would never play that. Y'all know how I am. I'm transparent when it comes to trading. If I'm making a trade, I'll tell you my winners. I'll tell you my losers. I thought for a while there this was going to be a loser. And I was prepared to, there was a chance I was going to lose money on it. So at 11:17 a.m., which would be 12:17 on this chart, I think I was looking on, was that on the 5-minute? Hey everyone. Hey, DD214, welcome. Hey, there's Bucky. So 11:17, which would be 12:17 on here. Was it that late? I can't remember if I was looking at the 3 or the 5. There it is. We'll jump on Twitter here. I guess you're talking about the Elon Musk news on Twitter. Oh, and I am kicking out a very special shout out to that most amazing special person in the multiverse. Just thought I'd throw that out there. The most wonderful, amazing, infinitely gorgeous. So yeah, it was on this candle that I entered one singular put contract, and I entered it for next Friday. Theta at this point, it is just absolutely insane. In fact, I'll check the theta right now. We'll leave this up here, but I'll check theta on And yes, it absolutely is. So theta on today's calls, and I'm not even sure. I think it was the 150 the 152.50s. I think was what I entered in. The theta on today's is 1.16. If you are playing calls or puts on the day of expiration, you are getting so beat up. Hey Toad, how's it going? You are getting so beat up by theta, it is absolutely ridiculous. So I didn't play today. I played for next week. And the theta, I think the theta was still super, super high on it. Oh, come on, scroll over. Theta still over $42.50 a day losing value. This was a play that I was only going to be in for today. So yeah, I entered on I'm not sure if it's the before or after. I'm pretty sure it's on. It'd be one of these two candles where I entered in. Entered in at 680, and I set. I was watching it all through here. All through here, I was getting beat up. I'm like, man, horrible trade. I made a mistake. I had the crossover and everything. I was, I was doing drive off, so every once in a while I'd refresh the screen or jump, switch it over from 3 minute to 5 minute. Just weather's horrible, so I was creeping along 3 to 5 miles an hour. So I was like, okay, let me just go ahead, so I don't have to pay attention to it. Let me go ahead and just set a sell order for it. So I set a sell order for $7.75, and it got filled. Oh, wrong pin. It got filled at 12:30. 12:30 right on the dot. Okay. So we bought in on this candle. We had a closing price of $153.73, and we are looking for 12:30, which would be this candle right here. I was one candle away from bottom ticking this. And the whole reason I set that price is I was looking at the price movements, and I figured GameStop would bounce off the 200. If we look, it did punch through the 200. When it ran through, it punched through. That's where it was executed at. And my price was based off of the 200 EMA on, I think it was on the 3 minute, because the 5 minutes, it was off of the 3 minute. So I calculated out the price off that candle. It played the very next 3 minute candle. Oh, hey Toad. I did not get called for a second interview, so I'm guessing I'm out of the running for that position. So yeah, essentially I was in this play for, about an hour 15? Real quick, in and out, and it ended up netting $95 profit. That's, probably the only trade I'll be in on the day. Everything else, it's a short week. We've got a long weekend. Volume's just not in the market right now. The only reason I went for this is just because it had a huge run up early, and looking at the, when I saw the MACD crossover and saw it starting to move downward, yeah, it is there, Lost Toad. But I saw the MACD crossover, and I figured it had a lot of heat going. I figured GameStop was in for a pullback, and I went through, had my plan in place. I never got up to my stop loss because I was playing this with a definite stop loss. It never got there. When I saw it start to, I glanced over, saw it to revert. Somewhere in here, I decided, okay, pulled over, ran through the numbers real quick. I'm like, okay, 775. That should be right about where the 200 is. And it ran down, hit that 200, and it's starting to run away from it. So that technical analysis, learning how to, I'm getting it more and more with the 1348. It's funny because their Discord, it'll tell the alerts for the 3 minutes on both AMC and GameStop until say that they're entering the put zone, and someone will always pop in there and be like, "Oh, not recommended," or "Ignore this one." And it's like, you set the alerts up. You got to expect them to alert on all the stocks, not just the ones y'all want to play. So yeah, we wanted. So DD214, are you looking for thoughts on the stock or thoughts on Elon having an interest in purchasing, basically buying out the company and then deciding it wasn't for him? Because yeah, we can pull up Twitter and have a look at it. Twitter? Twitter just got beat up today. Right off that huge tray candle right there. That was crazy. There, it is a descending level, but it looks like right around 45 is where it wants to bottom out. It did drop below the 200. Oh, we're on the 3. Hang on. Better analysis on the 5. There we go. Yeah, same thing. It was flirting with the 200, dropped down below, came back up to flirt with the 200. It's going to need... As far as investing, Twitter is one. Share price 48. Let me check Theta real quick. If you, I definitely would not be playing calls. It's going to need some good news coming in. If you were going to be playing puts, let me have a look here. Just kind of ballparking. Theta, you're losing right about $18 a day. Let's pop out a bit. Check the May monthlies. If you're looking for Twitter to recoup, if you played the May monthlies, you're only looking at about $6. $6 in Theta. That's not bad. If you're looking for Twitter to turn around and start running back up, let's check the 4 hour. It is hitting the 48 right now on the 4 hour. RSI is below 50. Stachi's lined up good. A lot of this looks like it might just be related to the Elon news because, had the huge run up. I'm not sure if that was after hours or before market open. Had the huge run up today, just getting sold off. If you're going to play it, I would maybe look for it to bounce off the 48 here. If it bounces off the 48, I would maybe play it on the upside to maybe 48.50. So let's go back in if you're going to be playing those. So we're going to call 48.50 as our price. 48.50 in the next couple days. 42.6. Yeah, depending upon your entry. If Twitter runs up to the 48.50 range, 48.50, 48.75, you could maybe see about a 10% profit getting out of it maybe Monday or Tuesday, if you were looking to play it that direction. But yeah, so I did hear, I forget who, I think it was Short the Vix had, he was playing a little bit of the interview, or the conference with Elon, and, they were asking him, because he had commented that getting in, being the CEO of Twitter, buying Twitter out would be disastrous. just for the simple fact that they'd be blaming him for everything that is going on. And I'm sorry, the problems with Twitter were in existence long before Elon even thought about buying into the company. So the fact that all that heat, all that flack would be on him for it, yeah, I don't blame him. I wouldn't, granted, if I had enough money to own Twitter, I don't. Oh, there'd be changes, but no, it's yeah, I think him backing out of it, he never guaranteed he was going to buy out the company anyway. He was looking at it, and I think he had the buyout. I think he was looking at buying out. God, what was it? 52 a share, 52 or 54. Or I forget what the price. Somebody mentioned what the price was he's looking to buy the company out at, and he just he did his analysis, and I don't blame him for not wanting to jump in on that. Yeah, so right now Twitter's just got only crypto I own is Shib and Ethereum. I'm holding for 10 years. Nothing wrong with a 10-year plan. I definitely think that in the next 10 years, your Shib position almost 54 and some change. Yeah, I think your Shib is easily in the next 10 years going to drop a zero. You're probably looking in that time maybe about a 5x. Yeah, that's a 10-year plan. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But yeah, how's everyone else's day doing? Anyone doing active trades today? Yeah, I know a lot of the community is buy and hold, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just I to sit around and just wait. That's not how I want to play it. That's not my style. Man, that was. I'm sorry. If you're a holder of GameStop, I want GameStop to moon. I absolutely want GameStop to rip to the moon. I want I want the MOAS for GameStop and AMC. But AMC I play. I've got the portion of AMC that I do not touch. It's going to sit there. JB threw $1 million into flow. Yeah. I want GameStop to rip to the moon. I want AMC to rip to the moon with it. I'm not against GameStop, but I saw a technical setup that looked to be really, really good. Now, I will not take that same setup on AMC. I just won't do that because I own AMC. That is the play that I'm in. I still want GameStop to rip to the moon, but if I see a good technical analysis and if I see a chance to make some decent money, because that was a decent play, then I'm gonna I'll take a tiny shot. I'm not gonna risk blowing up my account. Throw everything I've got into this one play. No, y'all know me by now. That's not how I play it. I play it real conservatively. I enter small positions. I keep tight margins. 15, maybe 20% stop loss, and I don't hold for the moon. And that's the exact thing. I set my exit price. I already had an exit price in mind, and I'm like, okay, that's my exit. And I never actually got to see how much that was. Let's see. Derp. I'm derping here. So that was an almost 11.5%. Wait, did I do that right? Oh, no, I don't think I did that right. Hang on. I'm not a good mather. Yeah, it had to have been about an 11.5% gain that I got on that trade. And people can hate me for it. It's my channel. It's my portfolio. Sorry if you disagree with it, but if I turn around and take those take that money and use it to buy shares in AMC or GameStop, then are people still going to hate me, knowing that I made money with a directional play and turned around and bought shares with it, which would have been funny if make enough on the trade to buy a share of GameStop with it. That would. Oh, a Toad. That was not. I did not do the restoration on that. That was the guy who bought it, who found it in the pawn shop down in Louisiana. He actually sent it off to the company that made the knife, 30 some years ago. He sent it back to them to have it professionally finished. So yeah, that was not my restoration. The guy sent it back to the original company to have it restored before sending it home to me. I don't know, Toad. We were talking. Was telling the story. That knife was actually stolen when I was like 12 or 13 years old, and a guy down in Louisiana, down where I used to live, found it in a pawn shop. It had my name engraved on it, so he was able to get in touch with me, and he wanted to know the story with the knife. And when he found out that it was stolen, he wanted to, he's like, "Well, do you want to get this back?" Oh no, what wasn't me. I would love to have those kind of skills, to be able to restore restore awesome things like that, antiques and stuff. Oh, GameStop going on a nice little run here. I should have almost flipped that position right into some calls. That would have been a little bit excessively cheeky on my part, but GameStop in good shape now. How are their calls looking? It's a little late in the day for me to make that trade. I'm just, I'm curious. Calls. Oh, we don't want 36 days out. Those will be expensive. Those will be super expensive. Next week, GameStop calls. You'd be looking at 520 to right about 640, somewhere in that range. If you one thing they touched on, if you were looking to day trade using the 1348, you kind of want to go for the next expiration date. So of course today's expiration date, you want to go to next week out, and you want to play as close to the money as you can get, because otherwise you are susceptible to IV crush, implied volatility, which that's your Vega, and your Vega can. I haven't figured out how to calculate it out, but I know that it can. There's a reason they call it IV crush. You can make a homemade electrolysis device. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I'm the luckiest man in all the multiverses. Not just this multiverse, but every multiverse. So yeah, same thing. If you were going to be playing calls to the upside. In fact, GameStop might be getting real spicy right now. Granted, check your RSI, check your Stachi. It is overbought right now. But with the 13 coming up, if this crosses over the 48, GameStop could be on a little bit of a ride here going into close. It definitely has that upward pressure going. Yeah, GameStop is fixing to get really spicy right now. Not to take away from that. MATIC, stair-stepping upward. DOGE hit a little bit of a spike here. A little bit of a spike and pullback. That might have been like a super, super large order. Anode, cathode, sodium carbonate solution, and car battery. Okay. Shib. Shib stair stepping upward also. Ford wait. Oh, Ford. I missed it. AMC getting AMC might be going on a little bit of a run here. If AMC, okay, we're on the 3 right now. I was going to say, if AMC can drag the 13 above the 200, AMC could really, really start going on a run here. I would certainly love for AMC to run back into my little cash secured put zone right there. That'd be real nice if it held it through next week. That's the thing, I don't want to hold the cash secured put position I'm in on AMC. I don't want to hold it forever. That's not the purpose of it. I want AMC to close the week as close to this 20 mark as possible, but anywhere between the teal and the red, that is profit zone for me. So yeah, I'll keep rolling that out until I get a nice positioning on it. And the great thing is, next week, if it's not looking like it's going to line up and I got to roll it another week, then hopefully I can drop this 20 down to 1950. If it gets to the point where eventually the AMC jumps above the teal mark, then I'll just let it expire, and essentially I would have made all that premium, over constantly rolling that position out. 100% definitely the start of the AMC MOAS. Yeah, and it's going to continue on through tomorrow. I think the MOAS should wrap up sometime late Saturday night. Really, I don't understand why the exchanges aren't open 24 hours a day with everything. With how much everything's done, you can do online now. I don't see why the market isn't open all the time. I mean, just like the crypto market. Is AMC getting rejected on the 5? No, it's not rejected on the 5. Might just AMC might be just taking a little bit of a cool off right here, trying to catch its breath before it keeps running. I'd like to see the RSI drop back below 50. Just right below 50, catch its breath and start running again. The 15 is crossing over the 48. We're on the 3 right now. How close are we? Oh, God. See, this is interesting. We got the cross on the Stachi right here. The RSI bottomed out the very next candle. We're on the 5 minute. The very next candle, which was the low that it tagged. And if you look, the 48 on the next candle, the next two, the 48 started to cross below the 200, but that was when the 13 started to recover. So that was an interesting little setup right there. And really, looking off this cross right here. The thing is, it's hard to predict those because if you look, cross. There are too many crosses tightly packed like that. So it's giving the indication that it could continue to run downward. That it's catching little breathers on a continued push down because we know they hate. We know how they trade this stock. We know they'll force it down every chance they get. But yeah, AMC, nice little pop here going into, what do we got? We got 41 minutes till power hour kicks off. So if we can keep this upward pressure going into power hour, oh crud. Okay, whew. Still got time left. I thought my lunch was over. I forgot what time I went on lunch. That would have been embarrassing. Yeah, boss, I'm going to have to work a little bit late today because my lunch ran over. Ford cooling off just a little bit. Same thing. Whole bunch of upward pressure. Hopefully just taking a little break before it goes on another run. Who are some of the other ones people have been talking about lately? Check out Tiger. Been running. Verizon. Oh, Verizon pulling back. ATER. Ethereum a little bit of a pullback here. GameStop looking good. Might have a little bit of a cool off here, but it certainly is running up just a bit. AMC down 1.75%. God, AMC, if it can go on a run. Who is? Okay, yeah, a little bit of that is from this little pop right here. Anybody else standing out right now? Nothing else is really standing out in the market. ChargePoint is down. Let's have a look at that. Oh, wow. ChargePoint down is an understatement. They have just been, what are we looking at here? From 17 down to 1550. Yeah, not a good day for, man, that would have been perfect for puts on ChargePoint. Holy hell. Any other? Alibaba falling. Ford starts F-150 Lightning deliveries. That might be why Ford's running. Oh, we have to give Clay so much grief. Somebody take notes to give Clay grief. Ohio cities want Netflix and other streaming services to pay cable fees. Wow. How about that from the Buckeye State? Oh, there's a cool off on GameStop. Now, on a perfect setup here, GameStop will run down, tag the 13 at the at the worst, and bounce off of it. Because it does need to cool off. Our RSI, it has come down. What were we at before? Was it almost 58? It has dropped to 54. So our RSI is cooling off a little bit. So it's catching a breather. If the RSI recovers enough, the stock can stay. It can stay up. It can hang out. 80, 90. It can peg the board as long as the RSI cools off enough. Let's see, anything else? No, nothing else really standing out. Anyone have anything they want to check out real quick? We have just a few minutes here before we're wrapping it up. Ford, same thing, cooling off, might run down, touch the 13. Is it a buy when the RSI? Not necessarily, Toad. You could run into. Let's get back. Oh, well, Ford had a perfect setup here. As you can see, if the RSI hit 30, or it was oh, RSI. Did it hit 30 here? No. Why is my RSI off? RSI, when it hit any, so if you're below 50, you're mildly oversold. If you get down to 30, yeah, you are at the point where it could turn around and run. But really, if it drops down, hits 25, 30, it could pop back up to 35 and continue a downward run. So yeah, RSI being below 30 is a buy indicator, but it's not guaranteed that it's going to run from there. It could hang out in the 30 for a while. It could pop up, it could pop up to 40, 45. It could tag the 50, come down, and next time it hits, you could develop a downward trend where you keep getting those the lower lows. So yeah, 30 RSI is a buy indicator, but it's not a guarantee. You've got to look at your other technicals, check, make sure, see if your MACD is crossed over. Our RSI, there are people who trade strictly off the RSI, and there are people who are successful. But definitely check, whether you're using simple averages or the exponential averages. Check and see which way the stock is trending, and that's where just part of your technical analysis. See what is happening, and RSI would be a good buy indicator, but it's, like I said, it's not guaranteed. A stock can hang out in the oversold for quite a while before it starts an upward movement. And a lot of people, if you buy in on 30 and it pops up to 35 and goes back down to 30, but your share price falls, a 0.5%, and then it does it again, another 0.5%. People can get discouraged if they keep seeing, the RSI not recovering. So remember, it can hang out in a low zone for quite a while. RSI just means that, if it's low, if buyers step in, then you could see, if enough buyers step in, you could really see it ramp up from there. But yeah, that is a good question, Toad. But we are at that time. We are going to be wrapping it up for the day. Wrapping up, I got to get back to work. So I want to thank everybody who came by. Cassie, Pug, Vengeance, Paul, DD214, Bucky, Toad, and that oh so wonderful, most special person in all of the multiverse. Thank you for coming by and hanging out in the live stream with us today. Thank you to everyone who hung out with me for this lunchtime break, and thank you all for not running out and unsubscribing because I'm a vile and evil person. Yeah. But no. Thanks everyone for coming by and hanging out. There will be no streams tomorrow. Markets closed tomorrow. Unless something funny's going on with crypto or something. I may do weekend streams now that I'm getting more active into crypto trading. But the market will be closed. The American market closed Monday. I don't know about CSX in Canada, and I don't know about the London Exchange. I haven't really looked up. I think all of them might be closed on Friday, and some might be closed on Monday. But thank you everyone for coming and hanging out for a bit, and I will catch y'all later on. And from me to you, I wish you good health and good trades. I'll catch you next time.